Well, today, Mobile City Council shooting down a plan to give $10 million taxpayer dollars to support the USA on-campus stadium project.
As South would have given the city $2.5 million in return to use on fixing up Lad Peoples Stadium. But the council voted 4-3 against that idea.
Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson is here with us now live in the studio. Mayor, I know it's a very disappointing day for you. This was a proposal that you and South Alabama came up with, and it was something that, as far as you were concerned, certainly fit the bill for a lot of people.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it was, as we presented it, we said it was a win-win-win-win. Today, after the vote, you know, there's definitely some losers in this deal. South Alabama loses. Ladd Stadium, in my opinion, really is a big-time loser in this because there's $2.5 million that we had to, do something to Ladd, and that money, is evaporated now. So we'll have to go back to the drawing board and put Ladd in that bucket with everybody else, all our other facilities that have a lot of deferred maintenance, and figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think this move will jeopardize the Senior Bowl and the Reese's Bowl coming over to Lad Peoples Stadium and maybe just moving on over to when South builds their stadium?
I think that the Senior Bowl is definitely on solid ground. And the reason I say that is they will play at Lad for the next couple of years, but given the opportunity and when that door opens to be able to go to South, they'll go to South. I mean, they've indicated that, and I think the GoDaddy Bowl is right there with them.
They've made it very clear that they deserve a better stadium than Lad Peoples Stadium. I think a lot of people in this city think the city deserves a better stadium than Lad Peoples Stadium. You said that over the next 10 years, Mobile is going to have to pay $225 million to, I think you said, to keep Lad where it is. Is that for the whole city?
No, that was really for the whole city. That is, we have $83 million of deferred maintenance, and then capital reserves of 124 to get to the 225, whatever that number, maybe it's 144 million. Okay. Anyway, so that's where that money comes, that amount comes from, and so that's all of our facilities. But still, we don't have that money, and so we'll have to decide what's going to be fixed and what's not. And given the opportunity that has just escaped us with Ladd, it makes it just more difficult.
So the money that you were proposing to go to South Alabama, will that money go to fix up Lad Peoples Stadium?
No, because it was economic development money, and it won't go to fix up Lad Peoples. Because what's the economic development in Lad Peoples?
We heard you say that perhaps there was the impression that you were favoring one side of the city over another with some of the decisions. Clarify that and what you meant by that.
Absolutely not. I mean, to think that we sit there and decide that we're going to spend money on one side of I-65 or the other is just ludicrous. I mean, we look at where the needs are and we decide, that's where the money needs to be spent based on the needs and the amount of impact it has. But I also said that never in the history of Mobile has money been as equitably distributed as it has been over the last 3.5 years. Partially and primarily because of the CIP program, the capital improvement program. So that's just people making accusations trying to create divide.
Now, Mayor, the argument by some was that everything was moving out to West Mobile, and that was going to leave the downtown area, the midtown area without attractions.
I don't have the number on the tip of my tongue, but to think that if you think about how much money has been spent in downtown Mobile over the last 5 years versus what's spent out west of I-65, well, we'll find that number and see what it looks like, but I guarantee you the amount of money being spent on each side of I-65, there's plenty being spent on the older part of our city, which is really districts 1, 2, and 3, and it's by necessity because it is the oldest part of the city. The infrastructure is failing at a greater rate, and there has to be more money spent there.
I think the big question now, and we took polls on it, and there was overwhelming favor to build a new stadium. What is going to happen to South Alabama's on-campus dream now? Are they moving forward? Do they have other revenue streams that this stadium will be built? They're basically starting already over there. Is it still going to happen just without the city's support?
I think it'll happen without the city's support. I think
at the same rate? Same speed?
I don't know that. That's something they'll have to decide, but I think one of the things that has happened is that it has galvanized their fan base, to see what has happened to them. And I think there are people that maybe been at South Alabama who were lukewarm about it, but now because of the way they've been treated by the city, they're going to do it.
We'll make it happen.
They're going to make it happen.
All right, Mayor, thank you so much for
joining
us this evening.
Thanks for letting me be here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.